What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the show, your home for the top Long Beach sports stories. We're here at the downtown offices of the Long Beach Post.
I'm JJ, he's Mike. We are the 562.org, and this week on the show, we're talking about how Long Beach State Dirtbags baseball is back.
Exciting times at Bull Diamond at Blair Field under first-year head coach Eric Valenzuela, who's really brought the joy back to a Dirtbags program that had kind of struggled the last couple of years, but is now off to their best start at 6-2 since 2008.
The joy is back at Bull Diamond at Blair Field. You're absolutely right. They're just having fun. It's positive energy from Valenzuela and his coaching staff, and these guys are playing great baseball, hosting number 6 Mississippi State this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in what is probably the biggest college baseball series in the country. It's in our backyard this weekend.
Yeah, national media are going to be flocking to Long Beach for sure. You saw Kendall Rogers and a lot of other big names tweeting about that series. I think Kendall Rogers put it perfectly. He said after the 6-2 start, beating Cal, sweeping number 17 Wake Forest, he tweeted, quote, "You have my attention."
Got to shout out a few individuals. Alfredo Ruiz, he is 2-0 after 2 starts. He hasn't given up a run in 14 innings pitched. And then Calvin Estrada, big man at the top of the lineup, scoring 11 runs with 4 doubles and 6 RBIs. It's a different type of offense for this Dirtbags team. Sure, they're still manufacturing runs. They're still taking what the defense gives them, but they're also swinging away, and swinging away very well. Leonard Jones hit an Oppo Taco home run on Tuesday at Bull Diamond at Blair Field. You just don't see that very often.
Other than the Dirtbags, the big game of the week happening in Long Beach, actually not in Long Beach, but featuring a Long Beach team, will be at Godinez High School Saturday at 2 p.m. The Wilson girls basketball team is taking on Eisenhower, and they don't like Ike. Wilson trying to win their first championship in that sport since 2000, a full 20 years ago, and they're going to have their hands full with a very good Eisenhower team.
This is the game that they expected. Wilson number 1 in Division 3A, Eisenhower number 2 in Division 3A. And we were talking about it on our podcast this week called What Up Long Beach. This team has the makings. These Bruins have the chemistry to make something special happen because they've got the ball handler and scorer in Ashley Hawkins. They've got the X factor in Samaya Terry, and they've got the defensive stopper in Sydney Ross.
Yeah, Ariel Hines also come up huge for them. They've been rolling through the playoffs, doubled up their first 3 opponents, won a closer semifinal game, and then very excited to see how they do against Salah, Hemingway, and the rest of that Eisenhower team. Hemingway is a freshman with a very literary line of 15 points, 11 rebounds this season, just as a 9th grader.
There's always something new happening in Long Beach sports, and this year is no different. We now have boys and girls lacrosse as an official Moore League sport. They're going to try to get into that CIF postseason for the first time ever.
This is the first time that the CIF has had lacrosse. It's the first time the Moore League has had lacrosse, and it's the first time that the Long Beach Unified School District and the Moore League have added a brand new sport regardless of gender since soccer came in 1982/83, literally before either of us were born. So it's a big honking deal. We've got a big honking preview up at the 562.org, but kind of cool to see Long Beach kids, and including some inner city kids who are not traditionally who you sort of see on ESPN playing lacrosse, getting exposed to a new sport. And there's a couple kids at a couple different schools that have signed scholarships, so it's bringing in more educational opportunities as well.
Unfortunately, it was another low water mark for Long Beach State men's basketball on Wednesday night when they hosted Cal State Northridge at Walter Pyramid. The Beach was looking good coming into this game. Winners of 3 of their last 4. They had beaten Cal State Northridge 10 of the last 11 times they met at Walter Pyramid, but this did not go the Beach's way. The game started like a lot of Long Beach State games have this year, very defensive, very low scoring. CSUN was able to grab an early lead thanks to getting the ball down low and banging it in the paint. Not something a lot of teams have been able to do against Long Beach State this year. And the Beach got back into it by shooting from distance with guys coming off the bench. Max DeGeest and Colin Slater both got into the game and hit some big 3-pointers to cut into that CSUN halftime lead. And it was a 3-point game in the second half when CSUN went on a 10-0 run to pull away and win this thing 73-64. Like I said, Long Beach State not used to losing to Northridge and not used to being in this position. They are now at the bottom half of the Big West Conference and in danger of missing the Big West Conference tournament. They have got 3 games left on the season, and as Coach Dan Munson said afterwards, quote, "I know some people would laugh to hear me say this, but we still feel like we can win the Big West tournament. We have to get in it first, but there's nobody we can't beat." He's right. Long Beach has beaten first place UC Irvine and second place UC Santa Barbara. They visit third place UC Davis this weekend, and with 3 games left on the schedule, they gotta win at least 2 to get into that tourney.
Our play of the week was this great left-handed over-the-top dunk by Jadon Jones in a open division loss to Bosco last week. The Saints are going to be off this week while they await Sunday's state playoff brackets, along with the Poly girls basketball team and Wilson girls basketball team, all 3 of whom have qualified for state.
Stick with us here at the show each and every week because we give you the top Long Beach sports stories in just 5 minutes. We've also got the high school and college notebooks available at Long Beach Post. And for all of your other Long Beach sports coverage, visit the562.org.